Okay, well, hi everyone. We are here on a beautiful spring day, winter day. No, it's not winter, it's spring or winter.
It's supposed to be spring,
It's
but it
supposed to
feels
be
like
spring.
winter.
It is freezing down here today at the Ark encounter. Okay, it is freezing. And we're here with the goats. And I'm, okay, so what am I going to do here? Leanne, would you come over here for a moment?
Yes.
I'm just going to, okay, my nose is getting cold. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
What do you need to
would
hold?
you just hold that for
Yes.
me? Okay, where is it? All right, here we go. All right. Okay. Oh, now look at that. Now my glasses I can't even hear you, but now it's all muffled. And my glasses, I can't see anything. Oh. Okay, all right, this is a problem. Okay, we're down here in the open. I'm gonna wait till my glasses unfog. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun here.
We'll see.
It's sad.
Maybe.
I tell you what is sad. See all these beautiful pansies here? See these beautiful flowers? They were all here for you when you came to visit the Ark, and our landscapers planted them all, and they're all over. And what happens is they get to a certain stage, and then they take them out and they put in all new plants, and they're just getting ready to put the all new plants in. So you didn't get to see them, so we want you to see them. And before they start pulling them out, we give the goats and the pig the opportunity, the goats and the pig, the opportunity to eat them for dinner. So let's see what happens. And they can, okay.
So we brought up some of our goats and Amos, one of our cooney pigs, today to try out the pansies. So it doesn't seem like they are actually that interested in the pansies. I think what we'll try to do is we'll probably pull some of these pansies out. We'll help our horticulture department out, pull some of the pansies out, and try with some of our other animals, because the goats don't seem all that interested in the pansies. Now, these goats love to eat everything. Oh, Zebulon's getting some. So Zebby over there is getting some. Now he's going to check out the bush, of course.
Yeah. He wants to eat the bush and not to eat the bush.
He wants to eat the boxwood.
Now, normally we don't let the goats just roam through the gardens, right?
No. And these guys are all on leashes, so obviously they're not going to, roam around and getting things they shouldn't get in. So, but
Leanne, why is your hand going blue?
Because it's very cold today. We all got used to the nice warmer spring temperatures, and then we got a cold spell.
Well, we had to let you see all the beautiful flowers, and we thought we'd let you see them with the goats and see if they wanted to eat the beautiful flowers before they all get pulled out here, sadly. But you didn't get to come and see them. But what are we putting in here next?
So maybe we can.
This is Tim. He heads up our horticulture.
So maybe we can head up to the greenhouses and take a look at some of the plants that are coming in.
So you
We
got
looked
some
at them a
beautiful
few
flowers?
weeks ago, and they've grown a lot. And so yeah, we have about 10,000 annuals and tropicals that are getting ready to come out. It's 38, 40 degrees now. It's supposed to be 80 by Friday. So next week we'll start planting.
Summer is coming. Summer is coming.
quickly. Yeah.
There we are. So, and we are just praying that we're all ready to reopen.
We are ready. We were hoping the goats would help us out with pulling some of these. Obviously, we're on a pretty low amount of employees that are back yet, so we were hoping they would help us out and pull some of these for us. But I guess we're going to have to get in there and pull some, and maybe the kangaroos will like pansies. We'll see.
Yeah, well, maybe we could try the kangaroos. And actually, the staff we have here right now, we've been working together the entire time of the shutdown, of course, down here.
Yes, that's right.
And, so we really would love to bring back the rest of our staff and get underway. Hey, over here to the side, just before we come back and see if the goats, it doesn't look like they want to eat the pansies, but you're going to have to pull them out, Tim. It looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So wasn't it sad, though, that people couldn't come and see them?
It was sad. So we planted about 10,000 pansies last year, and we planted them in the fall, and they came back. They look great. So we'll replace them with something even prettier.
With something even prettier. Yeah. Oh, that's great. I see. The banana trees will start to shoot soon.
Well, they did shoot up, and they froze last week when we got
gone?
down. We got down to 29 here last week. So
will they come back?
They will come back. Yes,
Okay.
they'll come back.
So over here we have a VR building. We've told people about that before. It's going to be a beautiful building. and that's set up inside with all sorts of cubicles. So it's already social distancing to the max.
It is. It is.
And there are haptic seats inside those cubicles, and people will put on these special glasses and go back in time to Noah building the ark, and they'll fly over the ark and through the ark and get covered in water as the floods come.
That's going to be exciting.
It is. It's incredible. Yeah. I've seen the sort of the rough of the program, you know, and you hop in. When you put those glasses on, the little robot comes and guides you, and then you're like in a little time machine.
Really?
Oh, it's just it's incredible.
That's gonna be exciting
and then
to do.
you sit there, and anyone who has Oculus glasses, you know, that sort of thing will understand this. You look around and you see all the panels and the buttons and all of that, and you can look around there and look over to the side, and you're going to see the animals coming to the ark. You're going to see the animals inside the ark. And nowhere else in the world do they have a VR program like this.
That's right,
No.
not that I know of. So this building is coming along really well.
So that's to be opened in July, and that'll be operational in July. So we just have to find out when we're reopening here so we can announce to the public. So everyone keep watching our website, and we'll just have to see what happens here. You know, some other states have opened right up, and a lot of them are starting to open quickly. And I think people are starting to get sick of being at home.
I think they are. They're ready. People are ready to travel.
People are out on the roads doing things, and ready to travel. So, okay. So Leanne, how's it going? Did they eat the pansies?
It's not going well.
It's not. It may be too cold. They might want warm pansies. These are
warm
cold
pansies. These are cold pansies. I'm curious if we actually pull them out and take them down to the zoo, if they'll eat them down there. So they're out of their normal environment right now. So they're all kind of checking out the scenes. They're not used to being up here in front of the ark. So I think they're all just kind of checking everything out.
You know, I think it
around.
is. I think they want people here. They're tired. They're bored.
They are. These
They
goats,
want people
they
to come
miss
and
people.
see them.
They miss their people that come and see them.
So, hey, Tim, what are those purple flowers over there?
Purple flowers. Those are more pansies. So we had
they're
orange, blue, yellow, purple, white.
Isn't that sad that people couldn't come and see these?
It really is. It really is. They came back this year better than ever.
Our videographer's looking for the purple ones. She was looking around everywhere for the purple ones. So, yeah, they really were spectacular.
They were, and we didn't even fertilize them this year. We usually will spend time on cutting them back and fertilizing them to make them look even better. But since we weren't open, we didn't put any effort into it. But they've come back really strong.
I tell you, things are going to look different here just in 2 days as the temperature goes up to 85. So
We've got palm trees coming out, banana trees coming, so it's going to change drastically in the next couple of weeks.
by the time we reopen, it's going to be gorgeous.
It will be.
All the trees coming out.
And your tree will be out.
Oh yes, that's right. You'll be putting the Australian bottle tree out.
That's right.
I did a blog on that, post on that, and told people about that. So that'll be in the Q Line Gardens under the ark. So there we are. Oh, they're having a conversation about whether they should eat the pansies or not. I just think they don't like cold pansies. That's what I think it is.
It might be they don't like the cold pansies.
People love goats.
They're fun animals.
They are. Hey, by the way, everyone, don't forget, while the Ark and Creation Museum are closed to the public, so who knows how much longer this will be, you get free shipping on any order from our online store of $50 or more, answersandgenesis.org. And don't forget about answers.tv. Now, this will be on Answers TV, but if you're watching this on my Facebook, answers.tv, there are now hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos on answers.tv. We've got a new nature program with Peter Schreimer called Hike and Seek, and he'll be doing those on a regular basis, a creationist nature program. They're spectacular. We have other guest speakers that are going up there. We have Ray Comfort from Living Waters, his material going on there, answers.tv, absolutely phenomenal. Our own streaming service, which is spectacular. And so kids programs, kids music, concerts, other music, more and more material that's going up on answers.tv. My mouth is just about freezing up here. All right, well, I think that's enough of the pansies and the goats and the pig. There we are. And I think they want to go back to their pen. Oh, look, I can translate goat for you. That goat saying, please, please hurry up and come, open so we can get people here. Okay. Well, hi everyone. Seeing as, the goats didn't seem to want to eat the pansies. We weren't going to bring them down to the greenhouses, but we thought we'd bring it down here anyway and see the plants are getting ready to plant out as they're getting ready to pull the pansies out. So Tim, who heads up horticulture here at the Ark and the Creation Museum, Tim, tell us what we got here, and then we're going to go down and see some spectacular plants in the other.
So
the
it was
greenhouse.
just a couple weeks ago that we were here, and we walked through, and you remember they were just tiny little plugs. Right, they were tiny, just small little plugs.
Worth looking at.
And they have grown quite a bit. So this is basically what these plants were a couple weeks ago. So they have grown quite a bit.
All right, so quickly, what do we got here?
So we have spider flowers here, or cleomes. This is one called Rosalita. It's a great plant. Flowers really well for us all summer.
Okay.
Then we got, of course, petunias here. This is a pink petunia, and then coleus down on the left.
You got a couple of different types of those.
Yes, which one is called henna on the left. Beautiful color with the orange almost and the lime. And then we have some more petunias and geraniums down there. And on the other side, we have some coleus fishnet stockings, it's called. And it's a beautiful green with this purple.
Oh, that's this one right here.
That's this one right here. Yeah, this is a beautiful coleus. And this one will get about 3 feet as well. And then we have big red also.
What are these bright greens? Don't they get very big?
They do. So
leaves?
these are the sweet potato vines.
Okay.
So these we put in areas to cover a large space. They'll get 15 feet across.
Right.
And then they will produce massive sweet potatoes that you have to pull out of the ground.
Are they edible?
They're a little bitter, but I guess if you put enough brown,
these are sort of ornamental.
yeah, you put enough brown sugar and butter on them, anything is edible,
I
right?
guess.
So, but we do fertilize them a lot.
What about over
and
here?
some salvias back in the back. And then on up, we have big red coleus up here, which is another great one. It gets really tall for us. These will get about 3 feet.
Isn't it interesting? In America, some of your ornamental plants, we're going to see one as we go down to the other greenhouse, I think.
Yes.
In Australia, are called weeds.
That's true. I think then we talked about that last time. It's the same way with the Mexican petunias that we use. It's definitely a weed for folks down south, but it's great for us.
You got some lantana?
We do have some lantana.
See, Australians will laugh at that. You actually pot lantana and grow it and plant it out.
Yeah.
In Australia, they spray it to kill it.
Yeah, I've noticed that in Florida as well. And here we have some kufia. This is a Mexican type of Mexican heather. The hummingbirds absolutely love this plant. We put these out in rainbow gardens, and last year it was nothing to see 15 or 20 hummingbirds flying around these. They absolutely love them.
I
plant.
should get my wife to plant one of them. We have a planter outside on our deck.
Mm-hmm.
She likes to put plants in there for hummingbirds.
Oh, they love this plant. This is by far the best.
So what's that called again?
It's called a Mexican heather, a kufia. That's what we call it. Cuphea.
Okay, I'll get her to call you. Okay.
Just call me. So, and we have some verbena and some million bells down here as well. But we're going to also head down to the big houses, where it's even warmer.
You got some big baskets of flowers.
We do.
Ready
So
for the
rainbow
gardens.
rainbow garden baskets are coming along nicely. When we visited last time, it was they were very small, so they had just been potted up. So it's exciting to see those come along. So if you remember that wall, we had all those baskets in the wall,
Yep.
and it was just kind of barren. Well, it's completely covered now.
And of course, the rainbow gardens, you actually put baskets out with the colours, the basic colours of the rainbow.
Yes.
The 7 basic colours, right?
Right.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue,
Indigo and violet, yes.
And you have flowers to match each of those.
We do, and blue is the most difficult one.
Why is that?
It's just there's not a whole lot of blue flowers to choose from that flower constantly. There's hydrangeas that are blue, and some others.
So
but
what blue flowers do you
we
have?
have some plumbago, and interestingly enough, we have a petunia which they called blue, but you'll see it's purple.
Oh, okay.
It's labeled blue, but it's definitely purple when you see it next to the other blue. And we also put in some blue lime grass, which will help with that blue color.
Alrighty, so these should be nice and warm in here.
Oh, it'll be really warm in here. Your glasses will definitely fog up.
They'll fog up, yeah.
So, yes, if you remember just, 2 weeks ago, again, everything was just newly planted and just coming along.
Now look at
And
it.
now look at it. Really exploded. There's your blue at the top.
So what plant again was that?
So that's a plumbago, but you can see the little flower underneath it that's
Yep,
supposed to be
yep.
blue. I would call that purple, wouldn't you?
It does look like that, yeah.
But it works out really
So these
well.
are going to be, show us the colors of the rainbow here, ready for the,
So here's
these are put up high.
These are put into the poles, so that's
Yep.
right. And so there's a series of, there's 4 of them, and they're 360
And then
degree.
they grow down.
And then they grow
look
down.
spectacular.
So here's green. We have some Kimberly fern, and we have some vining coming out of it, some vinca vine, and some papyrus in there, some dwarf ones. And then the orange, we have again that kufia with some beautiful little million bells, little orange. It's almost like a miniature petunia. And we have some impatiens in there as well for the orange color.
So that's the orange, and that's the green, red, orange, and that's
And
the
then
blue.
up top.
And the blue up top. And purple here.
Purple or an indigo and violet. So we have both of these are petunias. We have our silver wave down here, and then this purple one here. So that's indigo and violet.
Indigo and violet.
And then our yellow up top, and there's your noxious weed. You can see the lantana coming out.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
There's some lantana there.
Beautiful yellow flowers. We also have some,
What do you call those?
the
Yeah.
lantana. We have the lantana.
That's all. No, aren't there some flowers?
Oh, there's also million bells in there.
Oh,
or
million bells,
calabricoa
okay.
is also the name for it. And then the red on the far side, and that is mostly petunias, and there's geraniums in that one
So
as well.
red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
You got them. That's
got 'em.
right.
Yep.
So they have come a long way, and these out. And then we have the same thing for the baskets, where we have all of these baskets. Again, they've got a couple more weeks before we put these out. The other ones will definitely go out next week. These are the ones that we call our lollipop trees. They'll sit on posts, and they'll just grow into a big mound.
Yep. Oh, I see the banana trees are coming on.
Bananas are coming on. Yes, we'll take a walk over there. But you can see here's your tray or your tables full of lantanas.
Lantana.
That's
Okay,
right.
for Australians, they need to look at this. They won't believe this. They're growing lantana in pots, ready to put them out in the gardens as an ornamental plant.
It is a great summer plant for us. It loves the heat.
There'll be farmers in Australia that'll just shake their head at that because
There'll be some in Florida as well. I've seen them. This is another plant. This is castor bean. This is one that you don't see planted a whole lot. It is toxic, so we make sure we remove the seeds on it. But this plant will get up to 12 feet every year, just from a stick. And that's an annual. This is the other noxious weed you talked about before, the Mexican petunia. Again, for us in our environment,
it's an ornamental plant.
it's an ornamental plant. Again, it can be invasive down south, but with us it doesn't reseed. It's too cold up here, so it's just a yearly planting.
Interesting.
But it's a great plant for us as well. It'll get 3 to 4 feet and flower all summer long.
Well, are these for the rainforest area, the Q
These we plant. So the rest of these we plant all over the site. They go in the queue line, and there's a lot already in the queue line that are coming up out of the ground. But we also plant these in with our annual beds just because they take up space. So these are all the guys ready to come out. They're going to be loving the 80-degree weather next week.
You know, it's amazing when you think when we built the ark, they actually brought those excavators in, took the ground down
30 feet.
30 feet, and basically it's rock.
That's it.
And then they put the foundation for those posts that the ark sits on, those big columns.
Right.
That goes down into bedrock.
Right.
And so what do you do with an area that's nothing but rock? How do you grow all these?
Well, you dig it all out. So basically all of our plant beds are like giant pots. We'll dig everything out about 3 foot deep, and then we will bring in about 5 feet of soil, and then we'll start prepping that soil, the top portions for the annual. So it all has to be brought in and The nice thing about bringing it in is that you get to control the exact kind of soil that you have.
Now at the Creation Museum, your team look after the gardens there.
Right.
You didn't have to do that, did you?
No, the Creation Museum was actually on a cattle pasture, so the soil there is fantastic.
So it's a little different. I got to have another look at my tree.
Yeah, another look at your tree. It's
my
happy.
wife's
It's
tree,
going to be going out next, probably late next week.
It even looks bigger than it did last time. It's an Australian bottle tree.
Yeah.
That seems to grow like crazy.
It is really doing well. So it'll be happy to get out. So later this week, as the temperatures rise, we'll be able to open the side walls on these greenhouses and let these plants start to acclimate, get used to the heavy winds that are here. Because if you take them out right away, the plants will stress. They get hit with the heavy wind that they're not used to, or direct sunlight.
And would you believe there's a frost warning tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I believe it, because it was a freeze warning last Friday. So we definitely had a freeze. So all the little plants that were coming up, as far as the tropicals that we leave in the ground, like our bananas, our hardy bananas and whatnot, they all got froze back, but they will come back. So we're looking forward to getting all of these plants out. I mean, the palms, we put the big spindle palms all go in front of the answer center in the big pots. So I saw Kim this morning was pulling all of the plants that we had in there for the winter and getting ready to put in the big spindle palms.
You put in these palms.
Yeah.
That'll make that look spectacular.
It really will.
But when we reopen, hopefully soon, when we reopen and people come here, I mean, the gardens are already going to be spectacular.
Yeah, so that is the one thing that's one of the reasons we also grow everything, is because when we put the plants in, they're good size already. Right. We don't start with a small plant. So as people come in, they'll see, as we're pulling pansies, they'll see new plants going in, and they're already nice and big.
Instant gardens.
Instant gardens.
Yeah, your team worked really hard. Well, there we are. Hope you enjoyed the goats, the pansies, and
much the goats.
The greenhouses. Yeah. Well, yeah.
That was disappointing because I was really hoping they were going to save us on labor.
They just eat all the pansies.
And they didn't do a thing.
So they were too cold.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, have a good day.